Welcome to episode 19 of the Life in Norway show, a rather appropriate number as this is the first episode of 2019. On that note, I'd like to wish everyone listening, at least everyone who's listening when this episode is released, a very happy new year. Today is going to be my first solo show in which I share with you my plans for Life in Norway, the website, the podcast and books and more in the year to come. A new year is a time for reflection, and whichever way I look at it, 2018 was an outstanding year for Life in Norway. I managed to get the podcast going again after a much longer break than I'd intended, so thanks to everyone who stuck with us, and I do intend on publishing episodes throughout 2019. We also published more articles than ever before. So much so that almost 1.5 million different people from all around the world read at least one article on Life in Norway during 2018, and tens of thousands of people downloaded a podcast episode. What started out as a personal blog 7 years ago has turned into something that's paying at least part of my bills, and for that I'm truly thankful. I want to thank each and every one of you that reads the articles on the website, reads the Norway Weekly email newsletter every Tuesday morning, or listens to this podcast every couple of weeks. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support. Because things have been going so well, I want to really push the boat out in 2019. A day after hitting publish on this show, I'm boarding the MS Vesterålen to take the full Hurtigruten coastal voyage from Bergen to Kirkenes on the Russian border and all the way back again to Bergen. It takes around 12 days. A huge number of people ask me about the Hurtigruten trip, and it's the first time I'll be doing it myself. I've deliberately chosen to take the voyage in the winter, so although it will be cold, dark, and most likely very stormy, I'm looking forward to sampling the unique atmosphere of this cruise for people who don't like cruises, and to see Arctic Norway at its most raw and natural. I've got my warm clothes and my seasick pills ready, and as there's a Wi-Fi available on board, I do plan on publishing daily updates from the ship. We'll see how that goes. The best way to stay in touch with my progress on the trip is, of course, to join the newsletter at lifeinnorway.net/weekly. Then in March, I'm ticking off another bucket list item. I'll be visiting the Svalbard archipelago in the high Arctic. Svalbard is somewhere I've dreamed of going since I first heard about the place, and I'm as excited as can be to be finally visiting. Although I will be doing some touristy activities while I'm there, most of my time I'll be spending in Longyearbyen, the capital of Svalbard, which is home to 2,000 or so people, primarily so I can speak to those people, the people that live and work there, as the website is primarily about living in Norway. Those are the people I'm really keen to speak to. The result will, I'm planning a podcast series all about Svalbard, looking in detail at the places, the history, the culture, and the people of this remarkable place. But even with all this travel, my big theme for 2019 is going to be books. First things first, a brand new updated version of my Moon Norway and Moon Oslo travel guidebooks will be hitting the shelves later this year. I'm excited to share with you what's changed over the last 18 months or so and help you plan your dream trip to Norway. Our book, How to Find a Job in Norway, has been received really well. We've sold several hundred copies in Norway, the UK, America, and many European countries. The book was always intended to be the first in a series of how-to guides about living, working in Norway. And so I'm pleased to confirm that the second one, How to Start a Business in Norway, is nearing completion. You can expect to see that available in the next couple of months. I'm also planning to write a series of much shorter digital-only travel narratives. You can expect to see books covering my trips on the Hurtigruten and the trip to Svalbard coming out in the first half of the year. As I say, they will be ebook only, short and sweet, and hopefully help to inspire some of your trip planning in the future. Finally, I'll be taking a closer look at video in 2019. Life in Norway is actually on YouTube already, but right now we only publish audio-only versions of this podcast there. There's so much potential on YouTube there, though, with a massive audience. And with all the travels I have planned for the coming months, there's a lot I want to experiment with video. Of course, whether this happens comes down to time. If you have any suggestions as to what kind of video content you would like to see, whether that's help with learning Norwegian, profiles of cities or destinations, looking at food, culture, history, society, whatever it is that you think you would like to see on YouTube, just shoot me an email and let me know. That's all for this episode. Just a quick update to let you know what you have to look forward to over the coming months. I'm very excited to bring all this content to you, and I very much look forward to hearing what you think of it all. Thanks everyone, and all the best for the year ahead. Today's episode of the Life in Norway show is brought to you in association with the book How to Find a Job in Norway. Landing a job in Norway is the most difficult hurdle to overcome as a newcomer to the country. Even the most experienced expat has to compete against a highly educated workforce with near native English language ability. But there is a way through. By following a proven strategy, this book will help you to understand the job market in Norway, find the job vacancies best suited for you, discover what Norwegians are looking for in an employee, succeed with the job interview by knowing exactly what to expect, and avoid the most common mistakes made by foreigners job seeking in Norway. To get your copy today, simply search How to Find a Job in Norway on Amazon, or head on over to lifeinnorway.net/job for a full list of retailers.